From this moment on, you will now be known as Sharkbait.
Sharkbait! Ooh-ha-ha!
Welcome, brother Sharkbait.
Sharkbait! Ooh-ha-ha!
Enough with the Sharkbait.
Sharkbait! Ooh! Bop.
What's up, everybody? This is D from Brooklyn, replacing some lost footage on how I built and set up the native species tank. It's a 40-gallon breeder, which is going to be under my existing nano tank and other BioCube systems. So let me just give you a little backdrop. If you're not already a subscriber, click that thumbs up, click subscribe, and ring that bell so you can get future updates on how this project comes together. Now, this is a overall simple project built underneath an existing system, and I'll tell you, it was a real kind of tricky situation building that little bridge and connecting everything, but it all worked out. So it's a 40-gallon breeder tank with my own all-in-one filtration, which I'm going to show you. But the most important spot is this little area up here where I have a little platform for doing all my water testing, fragging, everything, all in one little spot in my man cave, and I am loving it. It makes my life easier. The biological system is a copy of an all-in-one kind of footprint that all the aquarium manufacturers are making it, but I kind of been using it for my last few systems, and as you can see, it's really simple and it does its job. It's all a matter of keeping that water from your main part of the tank, circulating from your main system into your confined system through your filter media and biological filtration and returning it back to the tank. So now I did this by creating a partition with acrylic. You can use glass. I chose to use acrylic. I have my return area and I have my overflow area, which you can see with the little bulkhead where the water flows in. And it's really simple. It's that simple. But as you see, I had to give it a little touch up, give it a little paint job, a little fusion, help me with that, a few coats. You can see I put a little spin on my return lines there. I'm still playing with that idea of how I was going to distribute the water back in, but you can see all of this is in one little system, creates a little compartment of about 4 inches. I did, however, have my lighting in the area where my overflow was, so I did switch those from the left to the right side so that the overflow area is within my sight and I can see when the filter floss or the filter socks need to be changed. Really simple, all-in-one system, and it's really bright. As you can see here, it's all in one little small system, and it's really convenient. All I had to do was add the return pump. For the return pump, I chose to use the Sea Chase Cycra, which is a really silent pump. I've used it for some other projects just to mix water and to move some water from my RO unit to my little fill station, and it's really quiet. So I'm really happy with the Sea Chase. They have some newer automated ones that you can turn up the flow and adjust it via electronics. For this project, it's really small, so I decided not to go that route. And this pump is really, really trustworthy, so I decided to use this for this job. So only thing left was to lay out my rock work, see how I was going to put it in the tank, how much rock I would need. The main function of this rock is biological filtration and a little cover for the fish that I'm going to be adding to the system. So after that was set up, I got my carb seed, a rag of live sand, which includes a little kickstart to the biological system. I filled the tank, and as it turns out, one bag was more than enough to fill this little space. Now I get my rock in place, and as you can see now, the system's coming together. Really simple, really confined, all in one area, nothing complicated. It's just a basic saltwater system. So now let's get this put together, fill it with some water. And you'll see that I did decide to go with a glass top because I'm not sure how the species is going to react. They may be wild species, they may be jumpers, and I want to control the evaporation from this tank. So now let's go down to the shoreline, get some ideas of how the sand is going to lay out, if there's anything that I missed. I do take a while to look down the beach and see what kind of wildlife and species, mainly like killifish. You will see triggerfish sometimes, and you'll just see sparse cover at low tide, and this is something that I want to create with the tank. So let's get it filled, get my starter species in there, which are my saltwater mollies. I love the saltwater mollies. They're really hardy. I acclimate them right. They don't add a lot to the biological cycle, just enough to get that system running. And I did change out my return line with the spin stream since I had such good experience with it. I am a fan of the spin stream, and let's just get this tank set up. Now voila, here you are. You'll see the tank is running. It is already crystal clear. I did run this tank for a few days, about a week and a half before putting the mollies in there. Made sure I kept a nice eye on them. Really clear water. I did go with the filter socks. And I added a little bit of Chaeto from my refugium upstairs, but you'll see the spin stream is working really nicely, creates a little flow, a little disturbance on the water surface. And I have a little hydrometer here to manage the evaporation. I'm not managing my salt salinity with it, but it does keep an eye on the change in the salt wet level with the evaporation, so I know I'm topping it off and managing that salinity level. So does the job. Let's swing over to filtration. Here's my filter sock. You can see it's already pulled a ton of particulate. I have biological bag, a bag of biomedia, an old skimmer, which I'm not using yet, but when the time comes, I may turn that on. Right now, I'm cycling the tank, so I don't need it. And it's really simple. It's a 4-inch section of the tank. Water's pristine, crystal clear. I'm not worried about fish going into an overflow. There's no sump. There's minimal evaporation, and it is super quiet. So with the super quiet system, you can do it. It's simple, it's confined, and I look forward to getting those native species here. So let me give you a sneak peek. This is a sneak peek. I'm doing my water testing on the shoreline. You'll see that I'm taking the audio out. So if you want to know what the next stage of this project is, you're going to just have to tune in. This is D from Brooklyn, keeping you in the loop with the live updates and a simple saltwater tank that anybody can build. We try to keep it simple, KISS method all the way. Love, peace, and hair grease. Thank you guys for watching. And so that you know, the NEC virtual convention is coming up this week, April 23rd, 24th, and 25th, 3-day event. For more information, check out the Northeast Council of Aquarium Society's Facebook page or website for information on how you can take part and register for this program. Thank you guys for watching. Brooklyn Aquarium Society rocks. I'm out.